What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Can't turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit. Listen to me, turn. Take to motherfucker day. Check it outside. Big crip in it. Gang check it outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia do your thing, and Texas never stand. And Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring down also back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position of belonging. Let's stay humble. The Young Revolution on this moment. Keep y'all right first. Coming to the Black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Take to motherfucker day. Check it outside. Big crip in it. Gang check it outside shit, man. Gang. Go. Turn up. Bruh. Man, this is tough, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like I said, man, we be our own worst enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a tough situation, man. And, you know, when you keep on getting harassed and gang stalked and constantly fuck with, that can kind of make you go crazy sometimes, make you like mad. But you gotta hold that peace in. You gotta hold that positivity, that energy in, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to crash out. So we got Tootie and Boosie, man. Tootie got hit with a Glock with a switch, and everybody know these Glocks with the switches are getting 5 to 10. I don't know how some of these rappers are getting 12 months and 2 years. But like I said, I feel like some cases you probably can get 2 years, depending on your lawyer and how they set it up. But like if you ain't got no lawyer, you ain't doing so good. That's 5 to 10. And you know Boosie going through his stuff and his past catching up to him. So we got these videos, man, and let's get into it. Shout out to Will of F8. Man, this is sad because Tootie know the police are looking at him. Why would you have a gun with a switch? That's crazy. And Boosie going through shit 3. They already going through shit.
Locked up, stupid ass. I don't jump in that dog every time, bro. I swear, every time I jump in that say, man, I'm finna search. Every time I come in here, bro, I find something. I swear to God, though. It ain't been a time I ain't came in this and found nothing and had to take it out. That's why I told you check that back seat. Goddamn shit to me. I knew that boy had that switch in it. Cause you know they get involved with that. They get a 10 year of that bitch. Yo, but Tootie Raw.
5 to 10.
Breaking news. I just got to Atlanta. I got Tootie Raw.
They might give him 2 years because he's in like motherfucking the down south.
I told y'all I was gonna get him. I told y'all, say this, somebody gonna get my bag. Somebody gonna get my police bag. I told this to you. I told you, you scared me. I'm not finna come to Atlanta and try to do shows and Tootie Raw. Woody, you keep scaring me, I'm gonna revoke your probation.
It's Will of Fate TV, back again with another video. And in today's video, we're diving into a story that feels like deja vu. Lil Boosie and his son, Tootie Raw, both finding themselves tangled in gun cases. And if this story proves anything, it's that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Y'all not gonna wanna miss this. Let's lock in.
Rapper Boosie, whose real name is Torrance Ivy Hatch Jr., pleaded guilty to a charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm.
This charge stems from his 2023 arrest in San Diego's Choice View neighborhood, where police found the 42-year-old with 2 guns during a traffic stop. He initially planned to plead guilty for probation, but the case was then dismissed last year after a Ninth Circuit court ruled that it was unconstitutional to ban nonviolent felons from owning guns. A larger panel from that court, though, later reversed the ruling, upholding the ban. So now Boosie is set to be sentenced later this year in November.
But just when you thought thought the story ended with Boosie, his son Tootie made headlines of his own. On September 3rd, 2025, according to Atlanta police records, Tootie was booked on some serious gun charges. Officers say he was in possession of a sawed-off shotgun, a sawed-off rifle, and a Glock fitted with a switch, which legally classifies it as a machine gun.
Who is this nigga trying to fight? The Terminator, bitch?
Charged for obstructing law enforcement officers. Now, if you don't know, a Glock switch is a small device, usually the size of a quarter, that attaches to the back of a handgun. What it does is simple but dangerous. It turns a semi-automatic pistol into a fully automatic weapon, meaning one pull of the trigger can fire off an entire magazine in seconds. That's the kind of firepower that takes a regular street gun and puts it in the same category as military-grade weapons. And the law does not play around with switches. Under federal law, just possessing one, even if it's not attached to a gun, can carry up to 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine.
5 to 10.
Using a crime, the penalties can stack even higher. That's why prosecutors take these cases so seriously, especially in cities like Atlanta.
But I think he get like 2 years, you know what I'm saying? But
in other words, the same kind of heat that got his father jammed up is now hovering over Tootie. The parallels are wild. Boosie, once the young rapper facing charges, is now a father watching his son walk the same destructive path. And it begs the question, is this just coincidence, or is it the environment Boosie raised him in? Boosie built his legacy on music that glorified the street life. And while he's made millions and inspired fans worldwide, it seems his influence at home hasn't kept his son out of trouble. Critics like Charleston White have been quick to point out the failure here. They argue that Boosie, instead of guiding his son to break the cycle, allowed him to follow right in his footsteps. When your father is awaiting sentencing on a gun charge and you're out here with a Glock and a switch, it's hard not to see the connection. And if that wasn't enough, Charleston White quickly jumped into the mix. He went online claiming he was the one who helped get Tootie arrested, and he didn't hold back.
Charleston White is a clout chaser, bitch.
To Charleston, this wasn't just about one young rapper caught slipping. It was about what happens when fathers fail to guide their sons.
Boosie, I told you I was gonna get that boy to crash out. You should have told your fuck ass baby mama, you Boosie. The only reason I keep it comical and just don't go in, cause you smart, you know how to ignore it. But your son been harassing me, Boosie. He been calling my phone in the middle of the night. He been threatening me, talking about he can't wait to see me. He got on Academics page the other day, said he can't wait to see me. I got in Atlanta, and guess what I had to do? Have y'all got that boy yet? That's one of the first thing I called last night, and they had Miss Fannie with him. Hey, y'all got that boy yet? She said, nah, we ain't got him yet, Charles, but he gonna do something. And lo and behold, guess what, man? What is Tootie doing riding around with a goddamn switch? Hanging with T.I., boy.
Whether you agree with Charleston or not, his comments strike at the bigger issue. Boosie has lived this life already. He's been locked up, he's fought cases, and he knows what it's like to nearly lose everything. Yet, somehow, his son is now standing in the exact same position. Boosie once told the world that his past was full of lessons, that prison and the streets shaped him into who he is today. But the harsh reality is this. If those lessons didn't stop his son from picking up a Glock with a switch, then maybe those generational curses are deeper than money, fame, or influence can fix. At some point, you have to ask, does the cycle ever end? Or is this just proof that in hip-hop and in the streets, history has a way of repeating itself, father to son, generation after generation? The parallels between Boosie and Tootie are hard to ignore, almost like history repeating itself right in front of our eyes. Do you think Boosie failed to break the generational curse? Or was Tootie destined to fall into the same trap, no matter what? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's Wheel of Fate TV. I'ma see y'all in the next video. Gone.
Shout out to the family. Rapper 20 years fight with beef. It's gonna be basically talking about Boosie and his drummer and his son with the switch.
Nobody wins when the family feels. He ain't getting money, nigga. But this time, if you find a 50 in here, I'm pussy. You wanna talk, you wanna run your mouth, you want some gangsters, start your mother.
Oh, what's up, man? I'm Nussy. Dope Celebrity Records, Baton Rouge representative, Mr. Really Be Doing Them Things.
Good evening, everyone. Andre Morrow, 9 News. You're looking at live pictures outside District Courthouse in Baton Rouge where the jury has returned a not guilty verdict. I'm going to smoke my...
As Torrance Ivy Hatch Jr. pleaded guilty to a charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm.
Hey, TMZ,
Tootie Raw, Lil Boosie son, I just put his ass in jail. I told his baby mama don't be talking that goddamn shit to me. I knew that boy had that switch in it. Cause you know they get him over there. I get him 10 years of that bitch. Yo, but Tootie Raw, breaking news. I just got to Atlanta.
Hell no.
Tootie Raw ass arrested within 2 hours of stepping foot on Atlanta soil. Say this, somebody go get my bag. Somebody go get my police bag.
Yeah, that's 5 to 10.
I told you, Ron, you scared me. I'm not finna come to Atlanta and try to do shows and Tootie Raw. Woody, you keep scaring me. I'm gonna revoke your probation. And guess what I had to do? Have y'all got that boy yet? That was the first thing I called. I called last night and I had Miss Fanny Willis there. Have y'all got that boy yet? She said, nah, we ain't got him yet, Charles, but he gonna do something. And lo and behold, guess what, man? What is Tootie doing riding around with a goddamn switch? I bet that pressure on your ass. God damn it, that pressure. Man, that pressure on nigga ass. He in trouble and this boy in trouble. He in trouble and the boy in trouble. Shit, god damn it, boo. Ooh, it was just the best time of my life. Hold on, gotta wait for Tootie bad ass. Boy, they got a two of me.
The rapper we talk about today seemed to can't get a break if we paid him. I mean, receipts don't lie. For almost 20 years, this rapper was the center of attention for a Baton Rouge split that's been in the middle with the North versus the South. Trilling Entertainment versus Dope Celebrity Clique. Some say Lil Boosie versus Nussy, with NBA Youngboy headlining his first arena tour, dropping a track titled Nussy. That alone have the fans who wasn't aware of the beef with Boosie now speculating for answers.
Who the who sitting plain blown? Nussy. Who I'm a side getting real tired up? Nussy.
And for those who don't know, some say the beef between Lil Boosie versus Nussy is a beef that started back in the early 2000s in Baton Rouge with music that bled into the streets, ended in bloodshed, and followed Boosie into the courtroom. Fast forward to 2025, just weeks away from a federal sentence in a gun case. This rapper's son has been arrested for a firearm and allegedly with a switch. And for those who don't know, if you get caught with a switch, that's an automatic federal prison sentence for 5 years. But you know what they say, fam? 1 + 1 = 2. Some say this ain't a coincidence, this a pattern. Tonight, we're gonna break down this Louisiana rapper in trouble with the law, dating back to 2005, now to 2025, having so much weight on his shoulder with his sentence. Now having to see what's going on with his son in hopes the feds don't pick up this case. Today we go over every detail. The alleged beef, the alleged murders, the parole drama, the baby mama call that had him shook the year he was set to get off parole, the diss tracks, and the federal charges from Baton Rouge to San Diego. This is the full story of the Baton Rouge rapper, Torrance Hatch, aka Lil Boosie.
Boosie badass, the come up DVD. Me and my artist Lil Fat, we doing this shit for Trill Entertainment, you heard me? Badass Entertainment, it's a movement, you heard me? We started off, you know what I'm saying, with from crumbs, you know what I'm saying, the bricks, you know what I'm saying, we work hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this shit 5 shows a week, man, at 15 to 20 all day, you know what I'm saying? Eat. You know what I'm saying? As you can fucking see, you know what I'm saying? We doing this shit for real. 13-room mansion, palm trees in the backyard, theaters, you know what I'm saying? Big studios and the real shit. Shit you'll be like, damn, I ain't know these niggas was getting it like this, you heard me? But we is, nigga, and they come from grinding, you know what I'm saying? This the come up DVD. You had to get me on this. I'm on the come up. As you can see, I'm on the come up, nigga.
You did.
You heard me? I'm on the come up, nigga. I come from a 1-bedroom and 1 kitchen, nigga. So you know I'm on the come up, nigga. And I talk cause I bag it up. Everything we have consistent, nigga. I ain't gotta talk about the hits we make. You know.
Family Torrance Ivy Hatch Jr., born November 14th, 1982 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He grew up in South Baton Rouge, an area plagued by poverty, drugs, and violence. His father died of complications from drugs when Boosie was just a teenager. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. His mother, Connie Hatch, was a school principal, but the streets pulled at him early. The nickname Boosie came from his family, who called him Lil Boosie, badass, for his mischievous, rebellious personality. Growing up, Boosie idolized local street rappers like C-Loc and Young Bleed, who put Baton Rouge on the map in the late 90s. At 14 years old, Boosie was introduced to Baton Rouge rapper C-Loc, who took him under his wing. He became the youngest member of the Concentration Camp, a Baton Rouge rap collective that also featured Young Bleed, Max Minnelli. Boosie made his first appearance on C-Loc's 2000 album, It's a Gamble. Shortly after, Boosie did his debut solo album, Youngest Out the Camp, released in 2000 at just 17 years old. The project was raw and local, but it established him as a Baton Rouge next talent.
Say you bought that iron, won't you still up? Still bucking, watch I still something.
Soon after intervention of Pimp C, may he rest in peace, of UGK, Underground Kings, who was working with Baton Rouge Trill Entertainment label. Trill signed Boosie, pairing him with Webby, another young BR rapper, and together they created a new Louisiana sound, street storytelling over Southern trunk rattling beats. Some would consider Shaq and Kobe, and on any given track they can rotate. They had joint projects dating back to 2003 with Ghetto Story, and then followed up in 2004 with Gangsta Music that contained the underground hit Give Me That. Girl, give me that.
Damn, you go hard back in the day.
Little did they know that the music they was making in 2003 and 2004 would be timeless music to perform in 2025. But that's the case. That run back then built a massive regional buzz. In Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas, Boosie became a household name before he ever hit the mainstream. Shortly after, Boosie had his rise to national fame. In 2005, he dropped a solo album, Badass, released under Warner Brothers with Trill ENT. Singles like Zoom featuring Young Jock, and Set It Off to national radio. You wanna run your mouth? You want some gas to start your mother out? When it came to Boosie persona, it was raw, unfiltered. He was representing Baton Rouge trenches with no filter. Fans related to his honesty and poverty, hustling and lost. Now, during this time, it was the DVD era. And between 2006 and 2007, Boosie dropped Badass DVD. It was a street documentary showing his life, his hood, his rise, which became a cult classic in the hip-hop DVDs. His collaboration with mainstream Southern rappers UGK, Jeezy, and Jeezy CTE crew. And during this time, he had many iconic moments. One was counting a bankroll full of hundreds. Quote, if you find a 50 in here, if you find a 50 in here,
I seen so many people do shit off that shit, nigga.
His daughter, Aviana, and his son, Torrance Taylor, a.k.a. Tootie.
Look at them. Put them foes up, Tootie. Where you from? Put them up. Tootie badass.
It's crazy to look back. Almost 2 decades later, Tootie would be the reason why we do the story on him and his father today. But let's put that to the side and stay on track for this story. By 2008, Boosie was one of the South's top street rappers, having songs like Wipe Me Down, originally a Fox track featuring Webby and Boosie, but it exploded, becoming a nationwide club anthem. But you know what they say, fam? With the fame and the newfound wealth come the distractions. And the same environment that helped Boosie become the household name that he was, and that he still is, was the same environment that was trying to tear him down. Now, before Boosie was able to make real profits from the rap game, he would say out his own admission, he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, which led to having enemies. But let's slow down for a second. See, Lil Boosie had a best friend named Ivy Smith, better known as Lil Ivy. Some say that was the guy who put Boosie in the game. But unfortunately, on April 3rd, 2005, Lil Ivy was gunned down in an unsolved murder. Till this day, 2 decades later. Apparently, he was on South Sherwood Forest, just south of Interstate 12, Sunday morning. When local officers noticed a car that crashed into a pillar at a bank, he turned around to investigate the incident. What he found was no accident. Inside the car, 25-year-old Ivy Smith, 26-year-old Kevin Henderson, and 23-year-old Joshua Thomas had all been shot. Police say it appears that someone pulled up alongside their car and opened fire. They believe the shooting was the result of an altercation at Club Shenanigans earlier that evening. A woman identified as Kenya, who was Ivy Smith's sister, was at the club that night and was at the scene after the shooting. She said when she, quote, realized that he was laying on the ground, I immediately ran by his side and started giving him CPR, but it was too late. Both he, Kevin Henderson, died at the scene. Joshua Thomas was transported to a hospital. Joanne Thomas, his mother, quote, he kept breathing for 2 more days. Then his heart just stopped. And just like that, 3 murders. May they all rest in peace and love and condolences to their families. Kevin Henderson had just paid his mother a visit a few days before. The last time I saw him, he came by and painted the porch, said Ruby Franklin. He would never make it back to finish the work. I miss my baby so much. But there was no arrests. Authorities had a lead 2 weeks later. After that shoot, another murder turned up. 2 suspects and a gun. The gun was matched to the triple homicide. But the 2 suspects from that later murder were in jail at the time during the triple murder. So somebody must have sold them the gun and passed it around. Fast forward to 2 decades later, still no arrests. But in the early 2020s, Boosie went to Vlad, and when asked about his relationship with Lil Ivy, this what he had to say.
Lil Ivy made me a businessman.
Listen up.
His relationship with Lil Ivy, this what he had to say.
Lil Ivy made me a businessman. Lil Ivy made me a businessman. Lil Ivy made me prep me to be a boss. You know, like from probably 17 to 15 or 18, I probably will dig some t-shirts every day. Started to save all my money. Wore Dickies t-shirt on Soldier Reeboks every day. Used to go by, spend about $600 one time on the first. And get plenty Dickies. And so every day I'm right on the block. I was military. I was kind of like military trained. Military. Yeah, but Ivan made me put the clothes on. All my clothes in the cleaners. You gotta be fresh. This gonna bring more money. You gotta go buy a mink. You gotta put jewelry on, nigga. The whole bag, and it worked. And I started when I put the jewelry on. It went from...
Now, as you can imagine, the death of Lil Ivy cut Boosie deep. But on the north side, in 2005, you had Christopher Jackson, a rap hustler, a street figure, better known as Nussie. His crazy Nussie name was exactly like Boosie, except the first two letters. Nussie label was identified as Dope Celebrity Clique, or DCC. He came from Gus Young Avenue, a part of North Baton Rouge, with its own legends and its own code. But when Lil Ivy died, Nussie began taunting, mocking Lil Ivy's death in songs and freestyles that turned competition into a blood feud.
I mean,
every day, all day, huh?
Look like somebody know where the table at, boy. Huh? Like somebody know where the kitchen table. Everybody just like that, man. Around here, we didn't even know y'all was coming. This some everyday shit, man. Around Chris, every day. You and the table ain't mad at each other at all, ain't you? Get that 6-3 Impala right quick. You gotta put that. What happened yesterday? 6-3 Impala. I had to bust out. All right. Hallelujah. Nero come up say 6 o'clock. How he get 6 o'clock out? That's mine. How you like it? Fucking 327, the original 327, nigga. Motherfucker. The original, man. I mean, simple shit. It's easy.
I'm gonna slide by you, bro.
Come around and play with the old school, we got all kinds. You know, we got all kinds of old schools, man. I'm talking about you come around and playing games, you don't put some whips out on your stupid ass.
You see, Nussie dropped a track called Turn Me Up. It was on the surface. It was a song. But in Baton Rouge, everybody knew it was aimed at Lil Ivy. The lyrics mocked Lil Ivy. It questioned Boosie's credibility and called out Trill Entertainment directly. Boosie never found it. Their camps clashed in the streets. Rumors of shootouts spread. That moment, Baton Rouge was split. North with Nussie and South with Boosie. And when they asked what was the debacle between him and Boosie, this what Nussie had to say.
This Baton Rouge representative, Mr. Really be doing them things. Up 5-0. All the rumors you heard is true.
All the rumors you heard. Okay, so how about we let's get to Nussie Badass. Nussie Badass and Boosie Badass. What's the deal with that?
Well, to be honest with you, Nussie Badass really was just like a joke. So I jumped in the car with one of my partners, and they was making fun of me because I had wanted to start rapping. And he like, what's up, Nussie Badass? And when he said it, everybody fell out laughing. And I said, you know what? I'm doing it. So that's how Nussie Badass came about. My partner Pete, we cracking a joke about it. You know, it wasn't nothing to try to offend nobody or nothing like that or to come up. It was like I had did it because I had wanted to. I always think about marketing. You know what I'm saying? I thought it would be an easy way to catch people's ear, and it worked. It did. You know what I'm saying? I did it. I took Boosie's album cover, took him off, put me on it, and I did it. But once you listen to the album, I had no diss. It wasn't a diss record. It just was something I wanted to just be different, be exclusive, you know? A lot of people took it the wrong way. A lot of people understood what I was doing, and they commended me for it. And the music spoke for itself.
Okay.
And as you can see, Nussie also trolled Boosie, taking his album cover, making it his. But shortly after that diss track and stealing that album cover, and maybe even his name, Nussie will also lose his life in gruesome fashion. And some would say connected to Boosie, based on rumors, and even the young man that he took in, who some would say consider his hitman, telling the police he was responsible for the orders of Lord Boosie. But when it was time for trial, he later recant every statement. Now, we'll briefly go over that. But when it came to Nussie, February 9th, 2009, just before midnight, shots had ranged inside a house on American Street in North Baton Rouge. It was reported that Chris Nussie Jackson had allegedly been killed while sitting on his couch. May he rest in peace. A love of condolences to his family. Another man was shot also but survived. According to media reports, no one was ever charged in connection with Jackson's murder. Now, at the time, it would look like Boosie won that war. But also during this time, Boosie would face his biggest legal battle ever, all while being housed on death row, Angola. You see, just 1 year later, June 2010, prosecutors indicted Boosie on first-degree murder. The charge wasn't for Nissy, but for the killing of Terry Boyd, who was apparently the brother of one of Boosie's baby mothers, who we'll later hear from. But in court filings, they hinted at more. They called Boosie the mastermind of murder for hire ring. The star state witness was a 17-year-old who went by the name of Michael Marlo Mike Loudon, a man who tattooed an AK on his stomach with the words, "Boosie, who next?" But the case started to fall apart when trial came in 2012. Marlo Mike recanted. He told the court detectives pressured him and that he lied in earlier statements. Without him, prosecutors had no case. On May 11, 2012, after a 2-week trial, a jury found Boosie not guilty on murder. He dodged the death penalty. You see, before Boosie had got indicted for the murder for hires, he was serving time after taking a plea. He was arrested for gun possession and Mary Jane. And when turning himself in expected to do only a little over a year, he get hit with that indictment. It was 5 murders in total. The police was trying to pin on Boosie. According to Marlo, before he recanted his story, it was the death of Charles Matthew, 37, Daryl Minton, 25. They were killed while sitting inside a Cadillac on Monte St. Avenue, April 1st, 2010. May they rest in peace and love and condolences to their families. Also for the murder of another man that was killed on the 5000 block of Toga Street, March 6, 2010. The victim was shot in the arm while sitting in a car parked in the driveway. Terry Boyd, 35. Boyd was shot through a window while he was sitting inside a home on Vermillion Drive. It happened on October 21st, 2009. It was also rumored that he lost his life while sitting on a couch. And Michael Thomas, 20 years old. Thomas was shot and killed while driving his SUV on West McKinley Street on April 25th, 2009. May all 5 victims rest in peace and love and condolences to their families. But as mentioned, the state used the hitman as the witness. And allegedly, everything he said to the police was a lie. And in return, Boosie walked away. It was a lie. And in return, Boosie walked away.
Good evening, everyone. Andre Morrow, 9 News. You're looking at live pictures outside District Courthouse in Baton Rouge, where the jury has returned a not guilty verdict in the murder trial of Torrance Hatch, Little Boosie. A jury of 9 women and 3 men took about an hour to come to this decision, not guilty, for Boosie, who was on trial accused of hiring a hitman to kill Terry Boyd back in 2009. The verdict, though, not guilty. Remember, he is already serving time right now in Angola on drug charges, an 8-year sentence there. You're looking at pictures outside District Court in downtown Baton Rouge. There was a huge crowd outside the courtroom, and there was a large crowd outside of the courthouse also. As a matter of fact, our Tiana Williams has been there covering this. She'll have reaction, and there will be a lot of reaction from this not guilty verdict, as you can imagine. Much more coming up on 9 News at 5. But once again, the verdict for Lil Boosie, not guilty today. 1 hour to deliberate, a jury making this decision. And we will have much more on this coming up on 9 News at 10. Right now, I'll take you back. 9 News at 5, rather, I'm sorry. And we'll take you back to regular programming right now.
Now, Marlo Mike himself was eventually convicted for other killings and is serving multiple life sentences. But the part of his story that was supposed to bury Boosie fell apart. After Boosie was released in 2014, he stayed under Louisiana parole probation supervision. By 2018, as his supervision period was coming to an end, reports circulated, and Boosie himself has mentioned that his baby mother tried to call his probation officer. She allegedly tried to bring things up like the name of Nissy, also her brother, Terry Boyd. But then going to the PO wasn't enough. She decided to go live. And I'm not going to play the entirety of her live, but check out 2 to 3 minutes.
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, I remember this.
Video. Them Black and Miles, and I smoke what I want. He's not the one to see the blood you have.
Yeah, I remember this.
You call my daughter a bitch, I'm taking her out my wheel in the moon. You call my daughter a bitch, I'm fucking out when I Hold on, y'all. We got some. And then you talking about hustling hard for somebody. Who hustle hard for a flipper? That shit crazy. You have a beautiful, nice house, but what I heard that inside is shitty. I ain't never been in that shit. And then you want to talk about cheat lady like you love that woman so bad, man. You throw bleach on your mama. Matter of fact, let me go back. You put her out after I can't got my daughter because she was there. And my thing is, that had nothing to do with your mama. That was between me and you. You ain't had to put your mama out for that. And then you want to come down here when that shit was going on between you and Takari and that boy ain't steal your fucking money because IP addresses don't lie. But at the end of the day, that shit had happened over a year ago when that $300,000 came missing out your account. But no, you kept with Capital One because you was broke. You needed that $300,000. You needed that. And then your mama still worked.
Now, when Boosie got out of probation, he immediately went to Vlad to celebrate. He got a bag to talk about it, but he also talked about how his baby mother almost threw everything away. Check it out.
How much do you think he paid him? $20,000?
I took care of my business.
Congrats, man, because 10 years, that's a long time to not drop the ball ever.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you think that a couple times, if you had more of a kind of an asshole type parole officer or probation officer, that they could have gotten you for something kind of light and thrown you back?
Oh, hell yeah. You know, a couple of times, my baby mama were calling up there, telling them all kind of stuff, trying to get me locked up, So, if I was in Louisiana, bro, they probably would have, try to mess with me on some stuff. But, in Atlanta, they used to that stars. They used to all this, So, it was things like that could have got me, in trouble if I had a dick,
So your own child's mother would try to call up the probation officer to try to violate you.
Right. It's not that, bro. She going too far, bro. It's crazy right now. She going on camera lying about homicide. She's, just telling lies, just trying to bring me down. But, I can't let that sweat me. I just got to get my daughter in a better surrounding. That's all I'm trying to do.
But of course, Boosie was already tried for boy's murder. He was found not guilty. And in 2018, he was out on probation. But then the year after, he got arrested in Coweta County, Georgia, on his way home during a traffic stop. He was speeding and authorities found marijuana in the car. But then it happened again in 2022. And at that point, they had to arrest Boosie. He was the driver, and they saw someone throw marijuana out the car.
Boss man. Boss of Dennis. Fair PD, you know me. I know you. All right? You know why I pulled you over? Speeding. You know you were speeding. Okay? You got your license on you. How y'all doing today? Make sure everything's valid. We'll go from there, okay? Who threw out the marijuana? I saw it. I'm not blind. Who threw it out? Huh? I know you could have done it. However, you could do it, but it's one of these two.
Well, he tried to take the charge. That's a real one.
What you need from me? I don't want to hit you. Not yet. Stand by for me. I'm going to shut the door again. Okay? Little buds. It's going to be between you and myself right now.
Now, Boosie was later released, but during this time he was dropping an album independently, and the snippet came out from one of the songs where he dissed Nussie. Check it out. Now, Vlad later asked him about that in the interview just weeks later in 2022, and this is what Boosie had to say.
Where you dissed a dude named Nussie.
Yeah, Nussie.
Who was dead at the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you know, felt some type of way about it because at the time he was dead.
Right.
Tell me about the song and kind of the thing behind it.
The song basically is a song. It's just when I wanted to make one of them Set It Off records. I wanted to make one of them records coming out the gate to leak off the album that was gonna be one of them records that was gonna stir up some shit. So when I heard the beat, I was like, you know, woo de woo de woo. My partner was like, man, nah, don't fuck with that. You know, dude dead, don't fuck with that. And I was like, fuck that nigga, man. I just did it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was like, man, dude had problems back then. Rest in peace right now. But, man, dudes had problems back then. And that's how I feel, I don't feel no type of sympathy for people or nobody who hated me or, I don't see why people, if you felt that way when they go to the grave, you feel a different way. If I felt fuck you while you was living, it's fuck you while you dead. And that's how the song came. I wasn't trying to strike up nothing. I was just being real on this song. Get your mind, I felt played when a lot of stuff was going on. And, I ain't gonna hold my tongue. I said it then, I'll say it now, and I stand up behind anything I say. Sorry if I rubbed anybody, family members the wrong way or something like that. I was just doing what I do, making my music.
Well, when you said something interesting, you said that when your boy got killed, that's the same rapper who made songs about you.
Yeah, and I didn't do all that, man. I didn't. It's the same dude said on the song, they say I kill live. They say I did that. Why didn't everybody go crazy then? Why it wasn't a big thing then, but when Boosie do it, it's a whole different thing. But like I say, I take my lick, I said what I said, and that's it. It's a great song. We get the club lit, it did what it was supposed to do.
Then come May 6, 2023, Boosie was in San Diego for a music video shoot and some shows. Someone that was in the crowd was on live, and they was watched by the feds.
That's always in May.
They saw Boosie in his back pocket what appears to be allegedly the handle of a firearm, at least the print. Police claim they saw the firearm in his car during the traffic stop, a black handgun. He was arrested by San Diego Police Department and charged at the state level for gun possession. In June of 2023, he appeared in San Diego Superior Court. And don't forget, Boosie is a convicted felon. A state judge actually dismissed the case, which usually means he'll walk free, but it was a catch. Though Boosie was temporarily celebrating, the feds had picked it up. Right after that dismissal, literally outside the courthouse, ATF agents, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives arrested Boosie again. This time, it wasn't a state charge. It was federal, which carries harsher penalties and no easy dismissals. As mentioned, the indictment said he was a felon caught with a firearm and that they had video evidence, possibly Instagram live footage. And here's a snap still photo of their live. Not to mention police body cam footage from the traffic stop. Boosie was indicted on one count of being a felon in possession of a firearm with the maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. Now, in the bond drama at first, he was ordered to be detained. Feds often don't give bond on gun cases if they see risk of reoffense. But his legal team pushed, and eventually he was released on pretrial supervision with conditions. And at that point, Boosie was officially on pretrial release. But after fighting for 2 years, Boosie had took a plea. He announced on Instagram with a prayer quote, "Just accepted a plea from the federal government on my gun case. I thought this case was over and I was going to get on with my life, but God don't make mistakes. And I'm tired of fighting. talk to my family, and this is the right decision. So all my fans across the world, say a prayer for your boy and go get that new album, Words of a Real One. And at that point, Boosie was just waiting for November of 2025 to see his sentence, with the state recommending 2 years.
Again,
We back.
lot to talk about, but the biggest thing right now was that you actually accepted a plea deal for your federal gun case.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been fighting this thing from the very, very beginning?
I've been fighting for probably 3 years now. Probably.
3 years.
Yeah, about 3 years. 25, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2025.
About 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years.
So this has been hanging over you. And we've talked about this before. At first it was a state case. Your lawyers came in. The state case was dropped. And out of nowhere, the feds picked it up.
Now, it was a state case. The feds came, picked it up. They had a ruling in the Supreme Court that went in my favor. Mm-hmm. And the case got dropped by the judge. The case got dropped. They went and appealed the Supreme Court ruling. And they won on the Supreme Court ruling. Now it was back again. I could have appealed that. But that'll be 2-3 more years. And, I'm just... I wasn't going to go to trial with it,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go to trial with it from the dump, actually. But I feel like this the right move for me. I trust in God, Vlad.
Let's get fiscal.
When you tweeted out, just accepted a plea deal from the federal government on my gun case. I thought this case was over and I was going to get on with my life, but God don't make mistakes, and I'm tired of fighting. Talk to my family, and this is the right decision. To all my fans across the world, say a prayer for your boy. Go get that new album. Now, when this came out, everyone was kind of shocked because it looked like, between all the ups and downs, it looks like it was over. Remember, me and you were celebrating the fact that it was over.
I was celebrating, bro.
And we were celebrating too early.
I was celebrating. I got a call on the beach 3 weeks later with my family. Say they just indicted you again. Yeah. No ankle monitor this time, though. No, I did a year on the ankle monitor also, I ain't got the ankle monitor on now. That was all that was took off when the case got dropped. And they ain't put it back on. But, I think I'm going to come out pretty good, man. Everybody think it's over with for me, but,
Well, last July, when you got indicted again on the same charge, but then there was a new drug-related charge?
They added a charge, say I was a drug addict.
I think they were trying to use one of my interviews to justify that over something that you were talking about from 10 years ago.
They say I was a drug addict, man, and
how are you even charged with that? That's a charge?
In the plea deal, that they throwing that out.
Okay, they threw that out.
I don't know what that came from. I think that was just I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I talked to a lawyer about it, and he was like, this makes no sense. Because there's absolutely no proof that you're a drug addict.
There's no proof I'm a drug addict.
The fact that you used to take drugs 10, 20 years ago, doesn't matter for nothing.
That doesn't matter. The fact that I was sentenced to third offense marijuana, 10 years, I was sentenced to 10 years. The system been let me down.
Right.
I was sentenced to 10 for third offense marijuana.
Yeah.
And you can tell Boosie strong and he fight. Can't do nothing but pray for him. While all this is going on, a year before that situation happened in San Diego, his son got arrested at South by Southwest for having a firearm, but it became a misdemeanor. In Texas, you can carry your firearm, but the firearm wasn't registered to him. And at the time, he wasn't a convicted felon. It's still not. Now, Boosie briefly talked about this. Before I let you guys hear that, 2 years later, just 2 months from hearing his sentence, that young kid that he introduced to the world in 2008 is now arrested again for having a firearm in Atlanta.
I had the helicopter, bitch.
And you can only imagine what's going through Boosie's mind. I'm even going to send a prayer his way. Because now, looking back on everything in its entirety, he coming out just last month saying the Feds been harassing Tootie friends, saying he's trafficking firearms. They arrest Tootie in South by Southwest, which is Texas. Boosie pleads to a federal charge from San Diego with possession of a firearm.
Yeah, Texas ain't playing around, gang.
And now, just 2 months before being sentenced, his son get caught having the possession of a firearm and also obstruction of justice, running from authorities, which is only a misdemeanor for the second one. Now, it say possession of a shotgun, sawed-off rifle,
it might
machine
drop off
gun,
that
and
misdemeanor
sometimes
getting
that
that
can mean
nigga
switch.
that
So that's the police report come in. I keep you guys updated.
We gonna whoop that Fed case again. In the name of Jesus, I am. They trying to charge me.
God got us, gang.
They say I was trafficking guns. That's sad, dog. That's sad, bro. People ain't got nothing on you. They'll try to put anything on you. I look like trafficking guns. Boosie the trafficker. It don't even make sense, bro. Like, snatching all up Tootie friends, bringing all Tootie friends in for bringing all Tootie friends in to question them, putting them in front grand juries. Them dudes don't even know me like that, dog. Them dudes crazy.
Tootie get arrested at South by Southwest?
Yeah.
Is that worked out or is it still pending?
Nah, he had a misdemeanor, illegal carrying, some shit.
Okay.
He had a gun, but it wasn't in his name.
Okay.
So it was like a misdemeanor. Not no high gun or nothing.
Okay, so he has a gun in Georgia.
Nah, he had a gun. He had a legal gun on him.
That's what I'm saying.
Not in his name.
Oh, okay. Oh, someone else's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, when you do that, they give you, like, lawful carrying. He ain't no convicted felon. It's like an unlawful carrying charge.
Luckily, it's in Texas, because in California or New York, it would have been a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Texas is like, they give out guns like flyers over there. So, you know that.
Yeah, man.
Funny, ain't like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, nigga.
The day of Boosie, man.
Now you get them hoes. You can get them hoes like you can get a shiny.
This was just crazy.
You get a special rare.
What, didn't he claim he got snitched on?
Ultra rare. A legendary,
I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Nigga, this
They
nigga
said,
all types of guns,
I
bitch.
made him take that spray. I say, I just got, bro, then, man, I had to do all kind of shit to get him out of jail.
What do you mean?
Man, I had to do some shit.
Okay.
Trader Truth helped me, man.
Okay.
Shout out to Trader Truth. King called me every damn 30 minutes.
Oh, T.I. son?
Yeah, bro. We was
good. Were they together when they got arrested?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
They weren't together, but about 4 or 5 on went to jail.
Was that the first time that Tootie got arrested?
Yeah. I was, bro. Then, man, bro, I cursed him out on the phone, bro. Shit was crazy, bro. This motherfucker, bro. I say, bro, you don't want to go to jail.
Yes.
This motherfucker called me, Daddy, come get me. I'm like, it's Saturday.
The judge was not working.
The judge. I say, it's fucking shit. What you want me to do?
Break you out? Get a helicopter. Get a helicopter. And
I'm talking to inmates right now. They say a judge can come at nighttime. And I'm like, you really gonna leave me in this bitch? I'm like, boy, I'm gonna fuck you up when you get out. You talking to me? I'm like, nigga, talk shit
a little bit too hard,
you up when
bitch.
you get out.
Laughing like that 12 with the donuts, nigga.
What'd you do when he got out?
I ain't do it. He say, Dad, as soon as he saw, he said, I'm dead. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry I was talking to you like that. Dad, I'm sorry, Dad. He apologized.
Okay.
As we wrap this video up, fam, here's the thing about the feds. They don't move fast, they move smart. This case in the state can turn into a federal indictment the very same day, like we saw in San Diego. A gun found in the car a video clip on Instagram, and a paper trail from probation. To them, it's all evidence. Now, with Boosie just 2 months from sentencing, his son just got arrested with possibly a switch. And the picture get bigger. The feds don't look at just one gun or one charge.
Yeah, they were trying to say that Boosie and Tootie, they were trying to get both of them at the same time. For some shit.
And entourage into exhibits
for some
A, B, and C. And that's the sad part. What might look like a traffic stop or a social media stunt can become the backbone of a federal conspiracy case. They build it slow. They build it silent.
But they trying to get a RICO?
Everybody tied in is already trapped. I'm sending 11 prayers to every victim we talked about in this story. 11 condolences to you guys' family. We also want to send 11 prayers to Boosie and his family. This is something nobody will want to go through. With that being said, family, this was the story of a Louisiana rapper who seemed to can't escape trouble. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys.
Alright, man. So I'm like, man, what the fuck is he carrying all that shit to fight? The abominable snowman? Like, bruh, the Terminator? Like, bitch, them motherfuckers had that nigga trying to carry some tools. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bruh, I think that was the wrong move because he see that 12 is constantly fucking with him. Why would you give them motherfuckers a reason to fuck with you? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, these motherfuckers are rich. Not saying that they time is not valuable because nigga, time is priceless. You only get so much of that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they got the money on it to afford what's going to happen, but it's like, damn, nobody want to be put in that situation. You know, Boosie got his stuff, and Tootie Rock already got some situation going with Boosie with some guns already, and he got the gun case. So we just hope this shit don't turn into no RICO with all this shit that's going on, because that's exactly what they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to gather all the evidence and put this into a big ass, you know what I'm saying, hoop house. So, like I said, man, RIP these people, man, because there's so many people that died and Boosie passed. And what made Boosie these days, you know what I'm saying, is like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, we live in a world, like, you only get so much time and chances, bro, until it's like, you feel me? So, you know, you got to live each day like it's your last, because you never know. But, you know, some people live to be a good age and continue to succeed. So, hopefully, you know, we could get them to succeed and get out what they're going through. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. We out the bitch hood and outside, big crip in the game. Stay here and outside shit, man.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this is instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.